everyone, welcome to a new Dr. Vast video / recording. We're going to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and we're going to be playing Red Dragon Archfiend. So this deck I feel is a little bit better in the Stardust deck, mostly because it hasn't had any cards hit. If you saw in my previous video, it wasn't really a struggle, but it definitely didn't feel as high skill ceiling and as powerful as it does with Junk Speeder and TG Hyper Librarian. But you could say any deck that can summon 5 cards from their deck will play completely different than if they're missing that card. So the Red Dragon is a control style power deck where our entire goal is to summon out a card, either Hot Red Dragon Archfiend in our opponent's turn, or summon a bunch of negates such as Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, and combined with Red Supernova Dragon, a Red Nova Dragon. We have a lot of options for cards to go into, so let's hop into the deck profile. So our first card is Effect Veiler. He's mostly here because of Chaos Ruler, but he can be used to negate effects. Then we have Synchron Resonator, because this card right here can be special summoned for our hand if we control a tuner, and also we can add 1 Resonator from our grave to our hand, except for herself when it's sent to the graveyard. Then we have 1 copy of Chain Resonator. He's a light Resonator, which is again for our Chaos Ruler. We have 2 copies of Max C, 2 copies of Red Resonator, who on summon, that's special summon the 4 lower monster from our hand, and when we special summon, we can gain life points. 3 copies of Crimson Resonator. If we control no monsters, we summon it, and then if this is the only card on the field with another Dark Dragon monster, we'll summon up to 2 Resonators from our deck. And then we're locking the Dark Dragon type Synchro monsters. Fire Ant Escanator. So Fire Ant is just a tuner who is enabled by Escanator Dawnwalker. Let's get to our level 8 Synchros in our sleep. Discard a card, and then special summon this card and Fire Ant Escanator from our hand or deck. Then we can special summon. Then we can't special summon anything but Synchro monsters, but this is a Synchro event, so who cares? 2 copies of Ash, 1 copy of Creation Resonator, level 3 monsters, so we can go into Red Supernova Dragon. 3 copies of Witch of the Black Forest, because this is a dark type monster who synergizes very well with our deck. 1 copy of Blackwing Zephyros, the Elite. 3 copies of Wandering King Wildwind. This deck really struggles with having non-tuners, so our goal is just to not brick and draw non-tuners. 1 copy of Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is amazing in most Synchro decks. 3 copies of Resonator Call. Let's just grab our Crimson Resonator. 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. I've recently crafted this card, and I kind of need excuses to put in decks. You gotta get used to it. 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Crossout Designator, 2 copies of Burning Soul, and 2 copies of Synchron Call. So this card essentially allows us to summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, King Calamity from during our opponent's turn, and when this card is synchro summoned, for the rest of our turn, our opponent can activate cards or effects on the field. So essentially it turns off the entire field on our opponent before their turn even begins. This card lets us add a card from our grave to our hand. This card lets us special summon a card from our grave. Then we can synchro summon. So this card lets us add this card special summons, which is not only enablers, because I'm not sure if you know this deck. When your field gets cracked, the turn you're done. But with this, it allows us to recur back some plays so we actually can continue playing the game. 3 copies of Resonator Command. This lets us get access to our non-Resonator monsters, our non-tuner monsters. 2 copies of Synchron Call, same thing. Red Rain. So if we control level 8 or higher Synchro monster, we can special summon all, or banish all monsters on the field, except for monsters with the highest level, and then those monsters are unaffected by other card effects, except their own, until the end of the turn. And if we special summon a Dark Dragon type Synchro monster while the card's in the graveyard, we can add it back to our hand. 3 copies of Rising Red Dragon. On Synchro summon, special summon 1 Resonator monster in the graveyard. So it's a free 8 to 12 red worm dragon. So this card is mostly going to be used if we need to do this for game. But during either player's turn, if a monster with a higher attack than the synchro summon cards on the field, we can destroy one face-up card on the field with the highest attack. Very rare we'll summon it, but if we do summon this for game. One copy of Red Dragon Archfiend, so I know I run Red Dragon Archfiend. He sucks, it's terrible. I don't have that many high level, level 8 dark type dragon type synchro monsters, and the best one, Void Ogre Dragon, is a UR. Can't run them because the UR have no UR points. One copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. During our main phase 1, we can destroy all other face-up attack losing monsters in the field. Rarely will he be summoned. This is just here because we can summon him. One copy of Beels, the Diabolic Dragons. So Beels are the Diabolic Dragons. Can't be destroyed by battle card effects. Mostly just here so we can protect ourselves. One copy of Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Now this card is going to be summoned a lot. Destroys all other special summon monsters on the field with attack less than or equal to this card's attack, and we burn our opponent for 500 for each card destroyed. One copy of Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler is also going to be summoned a lot, because he can bring himself back from the grave. One copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. One copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. So this card brings back any Red Dragon Archfiend card by tripping a monster, while Hot Red Dragon Archfiend is our negate. But negates are nothing special in this event because everyone could put up negates. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend can destroy all other cards on the field except for itself. And if our opponent activates a spell or trap card during the battle phase, negate the activation, destroy that card, and this card gains 500 attack. So the other secondary effect's not really applicable most of the time, but it can have its uses. Red Nova Dragon. This card is just an inferior version of these two cards, but he can get up to stupid attack. But if our opponent gains 500 attack for each tuner in the graveyard, and he cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Then our opponent declares an attack, we can banish and negate that attack. That's it. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. Synchro summon our opponent can activate any cards for the rest of the turn, and then if it destroys a monster by battle, they take damage equal to his attack. And if this card is destroyed, we can summon one level 8 or lower Dark Dragon type Synchro monster. And then the last card is Red Supernova Dragon. This card is a really good card, however it's just going to get Kaiju'd because Kaijus are not banned in this event. But if our opponent activates a monster effect, we can banish all cards our opponent controls. And this card can't be destroyed by card effects. So he can still be targeted, there's a lot of ways around him, but he can get up to a big number, and with Red Rain, most of the time he should be protected. So yeah, that's the deck profile. Let's hop into some games. On my last event, I won 5 coin tosses in a row, so my luck's probably going to run out, yeah. I don't have that many going second cards in here. Mostly because my deck is already bricky as is. Great example. Yes, continue my main phase. It's one of the stupidest play of my life. I need a freaking tuner. I'm going to, oh, I won. Cool. I mean, this deck works. It works. I don't know what to, it just works. I should have got rid of triple tactics talent, but You never know when your opponent has something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I just messed up. Let's heal up, boys. Drink our drink. You. Bring back you. End the turn. It's gonna be one of those games, I see. I draw. All I have to say is, this is the one game I draw in triple tactics talent. This is also the one game my opponent did not draw any hand traps. We're gonna go for the 12. So my opponent doesn't have anything? Hit no right there, and you have lost. Congrats. I don't know what you have set. We're going to take a look at your deck afterwards. But you forgot to have a card that states that you can't activate any effects, and you can't activate anything in response. Battle phase. Good game. Life points up to the maximum. No, thank you. And that is game. Let's see what they're running. Oh, they Omega bricked. They set 5 cards face down. If he max sees me, it's pretty much over. Ooh, I'm the one that max sees, I guess. Synchro summon for Red Rising Dragon. We have 3 bricks in our opening hand, but that's okay. I really didn't have much more. Synchro event for you boys. Last game here. Alright, so we got this. Not that bad of a hand. In fact, we have exactly what we need to troll our opponent on their turn. Activate Resonator's Call. No Ash Blossom. Activate effect to summon itself. No Maxi. Gain some life points. One, two, three, four, five. I just want to add a Witch of the Black Forest to my hand. Right now I have 12 with these two guys. Activate Red Rising. Eight plus 1 equals 9, plus 3 equals 12. Cool. And then we're going to immediately shotgun Synchro Call. I have to use that monster as material. Okay. Okay. Synchro. Read this card. Including the summoned monster. Read. Read 1 day of your life. Read. Add whatever you like. Oh, is this the same person I just played? It's crazy because I still have one red Resonator still in my deck. I didn't have to use my Hot Red Dragon's effect. Outplayed, sir. As you can see, this deck is very powerful when it's able to cook, but unfortunately, it does seem like it's not very consistent, just like the previous deck compared to Sword Soul and Adamancipator. I didn't play against Adamancipator, but I can almost assure you their entire plays will go off every single time. But thank you for stopping by the video, guys. I really appreciate everyone and all their support. or these last couple of weeks. We're planning on, by the time this video comes up, hopefully we'll be already playing Final Fantasy. Please take a look at those videos, because you know I love Final Fantasy, love playing these games, and even if I get no views, I have a lot of enjoyment posting up my videos. So thank you everyone. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.